All right, we are live. I was just checking to see if we did go live. Let me try and pull up here on my Facebook. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We will get this broadcast started. I wanted to just make sure that, well, it looks like we are live. There we are. Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, hey, it's always a joy to come live. Today is very special. Our topic today is the power of an idea. And, one of the things, we get ideas and we get inspirations and downloads, spiritual downloads. But, today, what was on my spirit, one of the things, that I just wanted to share today and share from my heart. But I just want to welcome everyone, the ones who are watching live and the ones who will be watching the rebroadcast. Welcome, welcome. For the ones who don't know me and the ones who might just be stumbling upon this live, my name is Steve Sughrim, the DominionHeir, and there's a message to that title there. But, one of the things I want to talk about, I'm going to go straight to the point. I'm just going to share what's on my heart and just let you just enjoy the message. So the power of an idea, is very powerful. And the power of idea, I'm going to talk about that. But what I want to talk about that's linked to the power of an idea is the fact that we serve an unlimited God. Okay. When we understand the fact that we serve an unlimited God, then we put no restraints or limits on what he can do in our lives. Because you see, I made a decision, and it's been probably over 2 months now, to get up every morning and very early in the morning, still dark out, if that tells you anything, and go on a prayer walk. And these prayer walks have been so dynamic, I have to tell you. Dynamic in the sense that now, each day it's a different spiritual experience, a different download, just unbelievable communication, with God, just being out on that walk and just, releasing everything, forgetting everything, and just connecting divinely, especially being out in nature. His presence is everywhere. But what came in the download and the message this morning is the fact that we serve an unlimited God. You see, we can look at the fact that ideas that we get, right? And the power of every idea that's dropped into our spirit. But when those ideas drop into our spirit, okay, we have to remember the fact that we serve an unlimited God. Okay, I'm going to connect the two, the power of an idea, and we serve an unlimited God, and the resources being open to us. Now, one of the things I want to, just share is this, okay? You see, in our own limited human understanding, okay, we often find ourselves putting God in a box and limiting him. And we do that often. Why? Just because we don't understand how powerful he is. We don't understand how powerful we are because he's within us, you see. So, the word of God tells us that we serve a God who's unlimited in power, unlimited in capacity, unlimited in knowledge, unlimited in being, compassion, grace, and holiness. So if we could understand that, then we understand how powerful God is. You see, so it's been said that trying to understand God is just say understanding the fullness of God, right? It's like trying to put the ocean. Think about how vast the ocean is, right? But you try to put the whole ocean into a little glass of, a glass of water. It's impossible, right? It can never happen if, what's coming to my spirit is an understanding of who he is, because you see, it can't happen and it'll never happen and it'll never be possible. Why? Because we'll never truly understand the fullness of God. We'll never understand how we are created with the capacity and the ability within us. Because you see, every idea and the power of the ideas, we have to understand how the connection takes place, the resources or the ideas that comes to us, you see. So we'll never fully understand God and his capacity and the things that he wants for us. I'll talk about a little bit about the power of an idea. I've got the spice right here, and we'll talk about it because this comes from understanding how powerful he is. It comes from understanding getting that idea and how powerful that idea is. But more importantly, just understanding how God plays a bigger part in everything that we do. You see, um, when we try to understand God, it just comes to a point where we have to leave the books on the table, right, and put our hands like in worship and say, Lord, how majestic and how limited you are, how wonderful you are, because it's hard to really imagine and basically impossible to truly fathom God and His whole being and the person that He is, And yet we can trust God and indeed unlimitless. When we limit the power and we limit the ability that He's capable of, we have to understand that there's certain truths. Now, one of the things that came this morning when we were praying and just had an amazing spiritual experience was where it says, "But it's written that no eyes have seen, no ears have heard, nor the heart of man imagined what God has prepared for those who love Him." See, this is true, a true statement right here. Because when we love God and we are seeking after Him, you see, it's like a loving father, right? Have the children; they can see no wrong in them, and it's their heart's desire to give them the best. They ask for something, we most of the times we'll never say no, right? We just want to bless them and give them. But see, that's how God is for us, And when you look at the marketplace and you look at the ideas He drops in His spirit, in our spirit, it is the loving Father wants to bless us, right? Unlimited. I mean, we put the limits on God, and this is where we go wrong. It's by putting those limits. When we take off the limits and the barriers, and we just let God be God in our lives, right? Because it's all about patience too, right? Because we have to understand that. So, for each one of you watching, I just ask, that God will give you the eyes, the eyes of your heart, that it may be enlightened, so you may know that the hope of His calling for your life, right? The riches of His glory, the inheritance that He has for you. Because that's what it's about, right? And the surpassing greatness of His power to us who believe that we can do things because of who He is in us, right? He displays His power in the working of His mighty strength. And that strength works from within us in the things that He does for us. It works within us. Why? Because of who He is. He's an unlimited God. And we have to realize that He is unlimited. And once we could put that within our hearts and understand it, look, God is unlimited. Great things happen, guys. Really great, great, great things happen. Okay. One of the things in the book of Job, it talks about God power is unlimited. He needs no teacher to guide, to correct Him, right? Other than that, we just praise Him. But His power is unlimited, is what it says. I'm going to share some testimonies with you to show you how powerful He is in terms of Him being unlimited. But more importantly, the fact that the power of an idea. How powerful can an idea be? We see many, many, many inspirators and motivators that talk about the same thing. They talk about, taken from the unseen into the seen. They talk about, they really take it from the scriptures, Hebrews 11:1, where it talks that faith is a substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of it yet not seen. So it's not seen, right? We're hoping for it, right? We have faith it could happen. And where does that faith come from? Well, from God, the unlimited God that we serve. So the ideas and the power of ideas, okay, goes together with the faith. Now we're hopeful because we see other people's achieving it. We see people talk about they're going to do this or they're going to do that, and then they do it, right? What drives them to the point of an idea, right, to completion, to its actual product? You see, and a lot of it stems from understanding who we serve and understanding that the abundance and strength, that the great Lord is the abundance and strength, right? And His understanding is infinite. I mean, we have to understand the fact that He is infinite. So let's talk real quick, because I'm going to make this short, okay? These spices right here, Usha brand spices, you see, okay, was an idea. And I've shared this story time after time, and I'll always share this story because it's the power of what we're doing. It's the power of belief. It's the power of a spiritual downward. Even right now for us, the whole DominionHeir concept and brand and everything that we're doing with DominionHeir TV and My DH Life, these are just some of the amazing ideas and spiritual downloads. But here's the key to everything. Okay, here's the key. So this product right here, okay, came as an idea. I remember going years ago, walking into the grocery store and seeing another product on the shelf. It had just launched. As a famous chef locally, and I looked at it. I looked at each of the product, and there was, a spice rub for lamb, for pork, for chicken, for beef. I mean, you had to buy like almost 8 different rubs and have it in your pantry. So whatever protein you cook, it was readily available, right? So in my mind, in my spirit, I said, I wonder why no one created a flavored profile rub, right? That was flavored. I mean, so that way it's very versatile, no matter what you're cooking, a vegetable, a starch. It doesn't matter, right? You had that rub readily available. So let me just close this down here because it's leaving a glare there and there. It's readily available. So I heard this voice just say, "Why don't you create it?" And that voice was so audible and so loud. I literally looked behind me to see who was behind me, who said that. Well, it didn't take me long to figure out, who was talking to me, right? God, through the Spirit, was talking to me and saying, "Why don't you create it?" Again, we're talking about the power of an idea. And so I dismissed that voice, and I started reading ingredients now on the package of this product. And I'm saying, wow, it's a lot of salt, because see, I'm a chef by trade, right? So I understand. I always read ingredients. Whoever knows me and I'm around food, I'm always reading ingredients. And if I don't understand something, trust me, I'm pulling on my phone and I'm Googling, what is this, right? But I was reading, but they had salt as the first ingredient. And I said, ooh, this is going to be salty. And I of course, naturally. So again, in my mind, I said, I wonder why someone would just create a flavored profile rub that'll be more versatile. And again, that voice said, why don't you create it? Well, by then, I already know who was speaking to me, right? I said, you know what? You help me and I'll do it. It's literally what I said. I said, okay. So it took me 6 months in the test kitchen, coming up with the right formula. I should have brought all of them. But I created a Latin blend. I created a West Indian curry blend, Caribbean Asian blend, and then also a tropical island, which was my rendition of a Jamaican jerk. And then the Asian one was just my rendition of a Chinese spice, but of course the Latin is for Spanish. And then the curry one. But point being is this: 6 months in a test kitchen, I had no idea how any of it was going to come to, right? But what happened was I put action. I took action. In other words, I took that idea. I said, okay, well, what do I want to create? Okay, being a chef, I started writing out ingredients. Okay, this spice will go with this spice, and this will go with that. Do a lot of research. I just started putting things in motion. Okay, I didn't have a manufacturer. Well, I found one. Someone said, hey, why don't you call this person? I went. We talked about it. We did several blends to taste it, and I tasted it, and I tested it. And then I was like, okay, well, I got to find containers. Oh, call this person. They'll help you. I call that person. Sure enough. Oh, but I need to design labels. I need labels. Oh, call this person. I call that person. And they say, yep, we talked about price. And before you know it, I had prototypes. Now, the other part and the other thing that I did was, okay, I took those prototypes and I literally went into the stores and I would put them on the shelf. And I would visualize my product on the shelves. I literally did this. I did this for about 3 months. Visualize my product. But as I was doing this, I would send out samples, right, to different buyers. And so in the process of, finalizing, saying, okay, this is it, I'll send samples out to different buyers, and every opportunity I'll go into stores, I'll put them on the shelf, and, I'll ask customers fast, hey, what do you think about that, right? And so what was I doing? You see, I was taking that idea that I had, okay, that one idea that I had, but then I was in my heart, I knew I serve an unlimited God. I knew in my heart that, if anybody was going to do this for me, it was God. He is so unlimited that he was going to do this for me. And that was the faith that I had. This is going to happen. It's going to happen. I could see it, the power of visualization and seeing things, right? And the power of the action, because I was taking massive action to make this happen, guys. All right. So my products went out to multiple I don't know how many samples I sent out to buyers, different industries. So I remember one Friday evening, I was it was about 4:45, and then the Holy Spirit said, "Call Oscar." That was his name. He was a buyer for a specific food chain, and I called him, and he was literally just about to leave, walk out the door. And I said, "Hey, Oscar, did you try those rub?" He said, "No, I didn't." He said, "But I have a barbecue this weekend. I got friends, I got family coming over. I'll take them with me." So I said, "Oscar, I'll stay on the phone until you put those rubs in your briefcase." And he kind of laughed, he chuckled, and he said, "Okay, okay, Steve, I got them in my briefcase." Bam. Yeah. Weekend, I'm still praying, still doing my thing. And Monday morning, I got a phone call. Oscar, he was like, "Steve, Steve, Steve." He goes, "How quickly can you get these products in stores?" Now, you got to understand, Oscar is saying, "How quickly can I get these products in the stores?" And I'm saying to him, "Well, how many stores are you talking about?" And he goes, "We've got 105 stores plus, in addition to the 105 stores, we've got other satellites or sister companies we want to set it out too." I said, "Wow." I said, "Well, let me call the manufacturer. I'll see what we could." I called the manufacturer, and I said, "Look, we need to get this thing out ASAP. We got a big buyer, a huge food chain. They want this product." And I tell you what, I literally was at the manufacturer plant helping, making sure, literally all night we were packing and getting this product out. And we got it out. But here was the other thing. I was like, to Oscar, I said, "But I don't have distribution, because when you have a food product, you've got to have distribution, right?" He said, "Hey, call this company." This was the same company that does distribution for this major food chain, and tell them Oscar said, "Give me the same deal that this big food chain is getting." I'm like, "Really?" I called him. I told him. He said, "Okay." I'm like, wow. I mean, the deal I got was unbelievable. Now remember, I'm just starting, right? Remember, all I had was an idea. That's all I had was an idea. It was a thought and the idea, but I knew I served an unlimited God. And things just started happening. Call this one, do this, do this. And God just made it happen. It all divinely just fell in place. I called distribution. Once I knew the manufacturer, we had everything ready for them for the 105 stores. Their big old semi truck showed up. We loaded up, and off they went. It was all the stores. You see, and I always share this story to say, listen, when God drops an idea in your spirit, okay, whether it's a book, whether it's an invention, whatever it is that you are called to do, okay, you just got to trust God and trust the process. It's all about his timing. It's never about our timing. A lot of times we try to help him, you see, and we are the ones that literally slows him down for what he's trying to do through us. We got to understand that. What he's trying to do through us, we slow him down. But if we just let the process be, when things doesn't seem to be going the way we think it ought to be going, trust the process. Okay, it's about his timing. But when he's in control, let me tell you, when he's in control, things happen. All right. So we just have to understand this. Now, I share that story or testimony, really, just to say this, guys. In understanding the fact that we serve such an unlimited God, when we understand the fact that this unlimited God, he wants us to prosper. He wants us to live in abundance, live in the prosperity and the promises that he promised us, right? If you fast forward today with DominionHeir and the power of what we're about to do and the power of the idea of DominionHeir and a DominionHeir lifestyle, this came to my spirit, guys, in 2017, okay? And now here it is, 2021. I can almost say 2021 is almost over. I mean, we're in August. It's going to go by so fast. We're going to be celebrating and saying Happy New Year and entering into 2023. Okay, but I will tell you this: the whole spiritual download about the DominionHeir and the whole umbrella and with DH Life, my DH Life, and a DominionHeir TV, the DominionHeir Club. We've got so much that we're doing right now under the umbrella. I'm just so excited because why? I have seen God work. I have seen the power of God taking an idea and bringing it into fruition. I saw God work through me and taking something from the unseen, an idea, and bringing it into the seen, right? Manifesting it in the natural realm. So listen, each one of you have that power within you. Each one of you have that capability. Each one of you, if I could share anything with you and inspire you and encourage you, is to know this: it is your time. It is your time. We are literally walking under open heavens. It is open. Okay. Don't worry about what you see going on in the world. Okay. What's going to happen in the world is happening. Notice though that you are chosen. You are a chosen vessel, handpicked by God for a specific assignment. Okay. You have that book to write, not for you, but to leave behind for someone else. Okay, for future generation to read, to encourage them, to bless them. You, like a food invention, you, whatever invention, okay, it might be a software that you have to develop that would change the course of history, okay, but you were handpicked for that. Maybe it was you, the next motivational speaker, the next inspirational speaker to encourage people in the future. It might be you, right? But whatever God has given you, whatever the burning desire is in your heart that you know only came from God, let me tell you, you've got to trust the process. Okay? Get out of yourself, okay? And let God enter and let Him be God and put things in order. Why? Because we serve an unlimited God. Okay? We serve an unlimited God, and it's your turn. It is your time, and He wants to do it for you, like He's doing it for me, and like He's doing it for so many others that are out there. I can name names that are just flourishing, and now they're walking into their calling. They're walking into the manifestation of what they believe God for years, and they've been praying for and hoping for, and now it's becoming a reality for them, and it can for you. Okay, but you've got to believe in yourself. You got to believe the unlimited God that lives within you, and watch what He will do for you. Watch what He will do for you. He will take that idea, okay, and that idea will have so much power, and it will come into fruition. It will manifest itself, but you got to apply certain keys. That's the power of belief, okay? You need to turn up your faith, okay? Be hopeful, right? Power of visualization, power of proclamation, speaking it into existence, and writing it down, write it down, write it down, so you can see it every day, and then watch what God will do for you. So with that, you guys be blessed, be highly favored. Let's continue to live in dominion, and I'll see you on the next live. Bye for now.